When Evan pulled into the office parking garage in his new car, something strange happened. People noticed. Heads turned. Conversations paused. A few co-workers nodded with new respect. The car was perfect. Midnight blue, leather interior, brand new. For a few seconds, Evan just sat there with his hands still on the steering wheel, listening to the soft ticking sound of the engine cooling down. He looked at his reflection in the windshield and smiled. For the first time since joining the company, Evan felt seen. But as he stepped out and locked the car, that feeling didn't last as long as he expected. Because what nobody knew was that every time he sat alone in that car, his stomach tightened. Not from excitement, from fear. Because that car wasn't a reward. It was a decision that would quietly ruin his finances for the next 3 years. Evan was 31 and worked as a product marketing manager at a software company in Austin, Texas. He made good money. Not celebrity money, not luxury penthouse money, but good money. He paid his rent on time. He had no serious debt. He was slowly building savings. Every month, a little went into his emergency fund. A little went into his investment account. Nothing impressive, but something responsible. His life was stable, simple, predictable, and honestly, peaceful. Then he got promoted. The promotion came with a bigger team, bigger meetings, and a seat at a table he had never sat at before. Suddenly, his co-workers were different. Executives, senior managers, people who talked about investments, ski trips, and wine like it was normal. People who discussed money the way others discussed the weather. And almost all of them drove impressive cars. Every morning, Evan parked his 10-year-old sedan between luxury SUVs and German sports cars. He started arriving earlier and earlier, hoping the garage would be emptier. Nobody mocked him. Nobody said anything. But he noticed the looks, the subtle glances. The quiet way conversations changed when people talked about weekend drives and road trips. And slowly, something inside him started to shift. It started small. He stopped offering co-workers rides. He stopped parking near the entrance. He started taking longer routes to his desk just to avoid walking past certain people. Then one day, during a team lunch, someone laughed and said, "So Evan, when are you finally upgrading that museum piece you drive?" Everyone laughed. Evan laughed too, but his laugh was a little too quick, a little too forced. That night, he didn't turn on the TV. He didn't scroll his phone. He opened his laptop and searched. Best cars under $70,000. At first, he told himself he was just browsing. Then he started watching reviews, then comparing trims, then calculating payments. He started imagining how it would feel to pull into work in something new. Something quiet, something expensive. The dealership was only supposed to be a quick visit. 2 hours later, he was sitting in a glass office signing papers. The salesman smiled and said, "With your income, this is totally reasonable." Evan hesitated for a moment. There was a voice in his head trying to warn him, but it was quiet, and his ego was loud. When he drove out of the dealership, the car felt like a trophy. That night, he posted it. The likes came in. The comments came in. His co-workers noticed. Mission accomplished. The first month was fine. The second month was tight. By the third month, Evan had stopped saving completely. The payment, the insurance, the premium gas, the maintenance. The car wasn't just expensive. It was hungry. It ate his money every month. He started checking his bank app more often. Then his rent went up. Then his company froze raises. Then his credit card balance started creeping higher. But from the outside, he looked successful. Inside, he was slowly suffocating. And the worst part? After 3 weeks, nobody cared about the car anymore. It became invisible. Just another nice car in a garage full of nice cars. One evening, Evan sat at his kitchen table with his laptop open and his bank app on his phone. He ran the numbers. Once, twice, 3 times, and every time the result was the same. For the first time, he felt real fear. He realized something terrifying. He was one emergency away from real trouble. All for a car that didn't change his life, didn't make him happier, didn't even impress anyone anymore. That night, he lay in bed staring at the ceiling, listening to the distant sound of traffic. He kept thinking, I did this to myself. 3 months later, Evan sold the car. He took a loss, a painful one. It hurt his pride more than his wallet. He bought a reliable, used car. Simple, quiet, unimpressive. The first time he drove it to work, he felt strangely light. His finances started to heal. His stress faded. His life became calm again. One morning, months later, he was stopped at a red light next to someone in a brand new luxury SUV. The driver looked exhausted, angry, stressed, and Evan smiled. Because he finally understood. Freedom feels better than looking successful. Most people don't go broke buying things they need. They go broke buying things to fix how they feel. To prove something. To people who aren't even paying attention. Today, Evan still makes good money. But now he measures success differently. Not by what people see, but by how well he sleeps at night. Because he learned the hard way. If you buy things to impress people you don't even like, you'll end up trapped in a life that looks good, but feels terrible. And that is the most expensive illusion in the world.